I was watching a video that was critiquing you for mentioning you work at Blizzard so much. I literally never talk about it. When I worked at Blizzard, I did that for Blizzard, 7 years, yeah. Blizzard. I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment. Used to work at Blizzard Entertainment, your red team specialist for Blizzard Entertainment. And Blizzard is having worked at Blizzard. I grew up at Blizzard.
The man you see on screen right here goes by the name of Pirate Software. He's a sort of popular content creator that's known for being on YouTube and mainly Twitch as a Twitch streamer. He's been recently getting into quite a bit of controversy, so I figured I'd cover him just like every other channel on YouTube that covers this stuff is. So if you recognize this man, I wouldn't blame you. He has, back in the day, back when YouTube Shorts came out and first dropped, he went pretty viral throughout all of YouTube Shorts for whatever reason. He seemed to think he cracked the code. He had videos coming out saying how to win YouTube Shorts. And then he kind of, not fell off, but, you know, he wasn't known for anything else. He'd have videos where he'd be explaining things, kind of like what you're seeing on screen, except he'd have, like, MS Paint down at the bottom, and he'd be, like, drawing out things to help you, I don't know what he was saying, I guess. But that's the main thing he went viral for, or got his name out of there. I had never heard of him before all the YouTube Shorts. But he was silent for a little while. Not necessarily silent, but quiet. And then all of a sudden, not too long ago, maybe about 6 months or so ago, he got into a little bit more controversy. This being over, of anything, World of Warcraft. Now, you can probably tell by the way he looks, everything else, that he liked World of Warcraft. The nerdiness, the way he talks. I haven't shown you any videos of him talking. You know what? Here's a video of him talking real fast.
Me making a channel actually came out of us building a game studio. So my idea was I was working in AAA. I wanted to go make games. So I went and started making an indie game called Heartbound. And we did a Kickstarter. It got 385% funded. Thing exploded, right? And I had seen so many other Kickstarters where they like ran away with the money and people were really upset about it. And I wanted to be really transparent with that process. So I started streaming the development. And I was terrible at it. I was awful. Like, people hated watching me. They hated seeing all this stuff, and I was worried that, like, if you know, they hated me, then they would hate all the content.
Yeah, so you probably know what I mean by now from hearing him talk and all that shit. So, before I mention all the World of Warcraft things, I should mention a couple things here. First of all, this man here, you may not know it from just seeing him, but he is the son of somebody very, I don't know if you want to say famous, but iconic at the least. So, Pirate Software, his father, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the guy's name. Maybe I should do better research before I make these videos. The dude from the fucking South Park meme. The pictures that everyone says this is what Nova looks like. I'll throw one up on screen real quick. So basically, this picture right here, this picture is based off of Pirate Software's father in real life. His dad used to be one of the big higher-ups in the company Blizzard. You might know them for making games like Overwatch and shit like that. Yeah. And one of the reasons I bring this up is because Pirate Software, he worked at Blizzard for, I believe, 7 years is what he usually says. He says it all the fucking time. You'll hear about it, I'm sure. But that's one of the big reasons I wanted to bring this up. He always claims, you know, I loved working at Blizzard, it was so good, and then I'll see him claim that working at Blizzard was the worst in the world. He kind of flip-flops there, I do believe. But everyone has been saying for a while now, oh, you only got your job because of your dad. It was nepotism, is what they're calling it. I had never heard of the word before all this shit started coming out, but nepotism is what they call it. It's basically getting the job just because you know, your parent, your mom, your dad, your relative, someone you know is higher up in there, and they see, oh, same last name, I'll throw them on, hire them on. I see it in every job I've ever been in. I've seen it. So that's what they're really complaining about this guy for. They're mainly making fun of him for it. He just gets mad when people say it. So I think that's the whole reason people are saying it. They're calling him a nepo baby. Nepotism, nepo, yeah, same thing. So right here, I'll show you a clip of him talking. It has his dad in the picture too, so you'll see the video of his dad and everything too. But a video of him talking about that. So let's see it.
Anybody that goes out there and is like, oh, he's a Nepo baby. He only got his career through his father. Nobody knew who my dad was, and that was by design. We didn't want that shit to affect my career. The only thing he did was help me with my resume because I wrote it like shit the first 3 times. And he was like, that resume sucks. And I was like, why does it suck? And he's like, it sucks because of this. And I was like, you suck. And then because he wanted me to be able to have a job anyway. He did the same thing for my brother. We both applied. My brother didn't get the job, and I did. That was it. And then I didn't get any help outside of that. That was the whole point of that. That was the entire point of that shit. And I had to do it all on my own. And nobody even knew until then. 4 years into my career. So if you don't believe me on it, but you somehow have turned my dad into the patron saint of video games, then you should probably believe him on it. And if you don't believe that at that point, you're just cooked, man. You being angry to be angry. You should probably go outside.
One time he had his boss had come to me because he came to me to apologize that one of his people talked to me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, Thor came up and was talking to you, and I don't think that's appropriate and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. I go, just so you know, I'm going to keep talking to Thor when he comes and talks to me because he's my son. This was 2 years after he worked for this.
It was actually Thor.
He did not know that Thor was my son, and that it's okay for Thor to come talk to me. But it was in public. It was in the quad at work.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, he can talk to me anytime, just like anybody else at Blizzard could come talk to me.
So the narrative that they're going with is, oh, we kept everything silent. We didn't put a single thing on the resume. Nothing. Nobody knew for 4 years, for 2 to 4 years, that I was even his son. I just don't know that I believe that. As far as I know, they share the same last name. You're telling me that nobody in Blizzard knew this guy. This guy worked at Blizzard for like 20-something years, this guy being his dad. So nobody knew that they were relatives, knew they were related? I do believe their story. This dude, this one guy that they're talking about came into his office and was complaining or whatever. That one guy probably didn't know that they were related. Probably didn't know they were father and son. But there had to have been more people that knew. You know what I mean? It's not, the whole world wasn't oblivious to the fact. So, I don't know. That's what a lot of people are saying about this stuff. I don't believe their whole narrative. I believe there's a reason he got that job. You know what I mean? And the whole thing with his brother not getting him and him getting it, I don't know. That's just how jobs work, I guess. You're competing for a job, and it's probably one of those positions where only one was filled. Now, I do want to mention, while we're talking about his job, people may think, you may think, oh, he works at Blizzard, that's a game company, he is a game developer. In the clip I just played earlier, he was talking about a game that he had made. I believe it was called Heartbound, something like that. It was basically Undertale, like a different version of Undertale, or I don't know, same idea. I never got into all that stuff. But that's another controversy, is that people are saying, oh, he released the game, but he's only updated it so many times, and blah blah blah. There's so many things on this guy going out, happening at the same time. I'm gonna need to make multiple videos to cover it all. That, or a super long one, but no, I'm gonna be making another one probably, at least, to cover the rest of this. But there's so much going on, I don't even know what I was getting at this for. I'm gonna have to go back and check. Hold on. So where that rant started was actually me talking about how he got his job because of his dad, and that he's a nepotism baby or whatever. I don't even know if I played the nepotism video. This video is a shit show right now. I'm gonna tell you that much. I hope it turns out a little better than what it's seeming right now. But I do have another video related to his dad. This one, I believe, it's about him and his dad not having the best relationship. You may be able to tell that people that are super mega video game nerds might not be very good at emotions or explaining themselves or explaining anything or any type of relationships at all. I'm sure you can understand that. But let's take a look at their failing relationship. I don't know.
Birthday, and you missed it. You didn't call me. Neither did your brother. You guys both ignored me for my birthday.
That isn't true. I sent you a text.
True. No, you did not.
Bullshit.
That was last year.
Bullshit.
I got nothing. You sent me one last year.
Did I send you one last year? Am I a shitty son? Oh man. Yes. It was last. Wow.
I want everybody to know that Thor did not say anything to his father for his birthday a month ago.
If it makes you feel any better, I didn't text you anything after that last happy birthday, so it's still the same one. It still counts.
So I don't want to completely mislead you or anything. It does seem to me, in a way, after watching this clip a few times, that they're kind of joking. Now, it could be kind of joking because they both know that they're on stream and they both are well aware of the internet and all that shit. But it also could be just that maybe how their relationship is. I don't know. Everyone's different. I'm not here to Dr. Phil the whole scene. I don't care like that. One thing I did want to mention, I meant to mention it earlier. You may have heard him refer to his son as Thor. Yeah, so this guy's name, Pirate Software's name, is Jason Thor. I'm not going to say his last name, nor do I remember it, but his middle name is Thor. I guess he's been going by Thor because I've heard him referred to that a lot, and I've heard him refer to himself as that, I do believe. So, I don't know. All these things, this is just one of those things where I'm kind of making fun of a nerd in this video. Luckily, he's not a pedophile or it's no weird shit like that, but I'm kind of just making fun of a dude for being nerdy. He's a little bit of a nerd. That's what I'm going to say for this. He would rather be called Thor than something normal like Jason. You know, if he was like a big muscly dude and his middle name was Thor and he would rather be called Thor than something lame like Jason, I don't blame him. But when you're seeing this dude sitting there with headphones on, wearing sunglasses in front of a microphone, we all know what we're thinking here. Moving on from there, the next bit of drama I got for you is that bit of World of Warcraft drama. Now, I basically know nothing about this game. I played RuneScape when I was like 12. That's about as close to this shit that I have ever gotten. So when they're saying things like pools and 2-packs and mana and shit like that, I don't know anything about any of that. The only game I ever played with mana in it was fucking Terraria, fighting the Eye of Cthulhu or something, or Skeletron. But nah, so enough about me making fun of World of Warcraft. Basically, what happened in this clip is, I guess he pulled up, they were doing some arena or something in some video game, and he basically ran away from his teammates and left them to die. I don't think everyone died. I don't know. I guess it's a kind of a game where if your character dies, then you lose all your progress or something. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about this game, so hopefully the comments can clear some things up if I'm wrong about anything. But yeah, as far as I know, he left his teammates, he ran off so his character would survive and he didn't give a fuck about theirs. I guess the term for that, what they call it in the community, is called roaching, or being a roach. And people were like drawing pictures of roaches with that little hat that he's got on, shit like that. And I guess he was getting real mad about it, saying he was gonna, like, I don't know if he said he was gonna sue or just come after him legally. But yeah, don't be making no video or no fucking post about this dude, I guess. He'll come after you. Let's hope I'm not next. Anyway though, the only other thing I wanted to mention about this one before I let you see the clip is this guy in the bottom left corner. You may be seeing him doing some crazy shit. I think he's just really pissed off at what Pirate fella is doing here. But he was doing some autistic, like, Josh Block shit, biting the fuck out of his arm. Like, literally looked just like Josh Block. So, I hope y'all noticed that. But I'm gonna stop yapping. If you don't like World of Warcraft, just skip to the end of this clip. But, yeah, here we go.
You can
just heal him.
Yeah, you just heal me. Just come back a little bit.
Muscles on me, sitting bear form.
Snuppy, just run.
I can help a lot. Yep.
Pirate, why are you walking, bro?
What are you talking about? Why am I walking? Look at my mana.
Savageable. Come
Innervate
on,
you?
man.
Just kill the mastiffs.
Innervate
the healer. Kill the mastiffs. We got this. In the sense of
war something.
Do you see my mana? What am I supposed to do for you?
Just kill the mastiffs. One shot. Okay, we
more on the way.
They called run. I ran, and I was out of mana. I don't know what the hell they were expecting, dude. That does not make any sense. No, they overpulled 2 pulls and the boss. Like,
fuck.
No.
Oh no.
I mean, the regular ogres can still be polyed. We just had the boss and like 5 mastiffs and 2 ogres. We could have polyed 1 ogre, killed 1, and then walked it out.
Yes, literally, just even an ice nova would have been enough.
You guys pulled that when I had.
You instantly ran out, bro. You instantly ran. You didn't even look
As
back.
much as you're angry right now, of course I ran.
Don't be angry at all.
You overpulled 2 packs. You overpulled 2 packs and a boss. I had 1,400 mana left. I had to spend all of that mana to try and put it on Blizzard to save you guys in the first place, and nothing left. You weren't paying attention to party resources. You overpulled, and you weren't paying attention to where the boss was. That's not on me.
But there wasn't even like any like information. We are just yapping about useless stuff. Do you see my point?
I mean, yeah. But, I mean, I called it the boss coming though, but at that point, maybe it was too late to move back.
Like you're telling me like a rank 1 mage would not like at least to try Frost Nova there. Like you're not even like in danger.
Oh, I'm 100% in
try
danger.
A Frost Nova. Like,
100%.
No, you're not.
No, 100% in danger. When your shot color says run, it's time to run. You run. That is how that works. You were the shot caller. You called for run. I ran.
I'm not a shot caller.
And I was out of mana.
Actually, I'm a noob, bro. I
You
think I
called
have
the
way
shot.
less experience than you have.
Oh dear God.
And I can still see that I can at least use a Frost Nova there. Or at
Okay,
least try
then
something.
go roll
You
a
were
mage
the
and do
first
it.
person that ran away and didn't even look back. Literally.
This is the
You didn't even
second
say
time.
anything.
This
You
is
could
the
have at least said like the boss.
You're just gonna talk over me? Is that what we're doing now?
Well,
We're just gonna talk over me? Is that all? Is that all
I'm
we're
just
doing?
giving you my points.
Okay. You done giving your point? You good?
Yes. I'm done.
Okay. Cool. You go roll a mage then. See you around. Jesus.
I don't think that's.
Insane shit. No. That is outrageous, dude. You can't blame me for that shit. You make a bad poll, you make a bad call. That's on you, not on anybody else.
So yeah, as I've said, I don't know a whole lot about basically anything that he has said about World of Warcraft, anything like that. But the reason I wanted to add this in is because this is a very good show of character. A lot of people really just got on him about this, not because he screwed over his teammates. It's a fucking video game, who cares? More because he went on and on and on about how much he wasn't in the wrong. And not just in that video, there are other videos. He's basically saying the same exact thing though, so I'm not going to show them to you. But there's plenty of videos of him saying, breaking down the situation, saying, oh, this is why I'm not wrong, this is why I'm not wrong. Not once did he say anything along the lines of, sorry, I got cut off there. Maybe I could have done this, maybe he could have done that. He never once gave any accountability to the actions at all. He never said anything. He was just being a dick the whole time. And it's just a good show of character. People are saying he's a horrible narcissist. He never take accountability, any of that. And I believe it. You see it right here. This isn't the only situation. There's plenty more. I'm not going to show any more, but whatever. Let's move on. Okay, so the next thing I got to show you, this is the main thing of the video, the most recent controversy he's been into, and the main thing that's getting him back on the radar for everybody. So basically, not too long ago, the other day, he was doing a stream where he was going through DMs or something like that, and he accidentally flashed a DM on Discord of him messaging one of his moderators. I believe his top moderator or one of the highest moderators. His name was like Kronos, I believe. And he was telling this guy Kronos the simplest terms you can get. He was basically telling his mod to donate this money, donate an amount of bits, so that they could keep something called a hype train rolling. Which, if you didn't know, I didn't know either. I'm not too well versed in Twitch or anything. But basically, if you donate, you can donate either money or what they call as bits, kind of like the TikTok where you donate a rose or some shit like that. Just Twitch currency, basically. And he was telling his mod, hey, donate all these bits, and it'll keep the hype train going, and it will encourage other people to donate, and then he will pay him back for those bits with compensation. He will compensate him for it, or reimburse him for it, is what he was saying. And that goes directly against terms of service on Twitch. So I'll show you the messages here that got leaked by himself on stream, which is that's a pretty bad fuck up in his move. But then I'll also show you a couple of videos I got here of him doing the same thing he did with the whole, I almost called it RuneScape, World of Warcraft drama, saying, oh, that's not my fault, that wasn't me, this isn't what happened, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, let's take a look at these screenshots. So, I know I said screenshots, but it's actually only this one. I also apologize for the quality of it. The way it was found was about 2 or 3 seconds in the background of his Twitch stream, so there wasn't much to work with. But basically, this is the only real important part of it. I cleared it up as good as I could for you. But this is that Kronos guy, his moderator, saying, did 50k bits at 20 seconds left? And then Pirate asks him what the name of the alt account was, and then he says it out loud. There is a clip, I might be able to find it for you, that I've seen of the actual clip of what the donation was. And it says, it's this whole long thing about like, oh, I've been watching you for so long, and I'm a friend of Kronos, and tell Kronos I said hi. So it was like some really weird shit they were trying to pull there, or they're really trying to make it seem like it's not one of them. And why would they do that if it wasn't against terms of service? That's the biggest thing here, is it was against Twitch terms of service. Other than morality, I mean, it's morally, I guess you shouldn't do that. He's artificially inflating something, so hopefully he'll get more views, more money, more clicks type shit. The main thing that was the problem, though, was the reimbursement and reimbursement, the extra money paid on top of this person for doing that. That's the problem. But let's get into these clips of what he has to say in defense of all this.
You need to go outside, like legitimately, like you're so deep into like I hate pirate software meta at this point that you can't understand that a human being can spend their money in any way that they want to. Like, for fuck's sake, I could literally not have any moderators. I could just not pay anyone. I could just hoard it all myself like a big ass dragon. You know what I chose instead? To pay all of them. And you know what they've done in return? To use some of their money to put back into the stream. And that's their choice. Like, you don't get to decide that. And you shouldn't. And if you think that you're entitled to try and police somebody else's paycheck, you're a... Like, holy shit, what the f*** is wrong with you at that point? It is wild to see every day some of you dumb coming into chat and doing this in our community. Leave the man the f*** alone. If he wants to spend his paycheck that way, he gets to spend his paycheck that way, and you don't get to decide that shit. Sake, paycheck the way he wants to. Leave them the fuck alone. Like, leave them alone. It's the same damn people that are going after our ferret rescue. Leave that shit alone, dude. If you don't like me, you don't like me. But the moment you start going in that, I put this out saying something talking about the community all the time, and I've got a post up here saying Kronos used his own money to do this and asked if it was okay to do so. He wasn't paid for this or told to do it either. He's a grown-ass man and can spend his money in whatever way he chooses. You can hate me all you like, but going after my staff is your behavior. If he wants to spend his money on the hype train, he is well within his right to spend his money on the hype train. He was not compensated for this anyway. He was not asked to do this. He can do whatever he likes. It's his money. And that's that. And the fact that I have to explain this time and time again is insane to me. That's his cash. He can spend it any way he wants to.
So he's sitting there trying to act like it was completely this guy's choice, and he didn't, he wasn't getting anything extra out of it, and there was no alternative goals or anything like that, ulterior motives. He completely brushes over or completely ignores the fact that he had said anything about reimbursing him. I don't even know what to say about this. He is clearly a lot smarter than what he's trying to seem. His damn near his whole personality was, oh, I'm so smart, I'm a computer genius, I'm a genius. That's the way he's trying to flaunt himself. Well, then you can't say you're a genius and then say some fuck shit like this. Oh, he can do what he wants with his own money, and if you want to dictate what he does with his money, then you're fucked up. You're fucked up, man. You know very well, or he knows very well, that it isn't people dictating what he does with his money. That is not at all what is going on here. He knows he's deep into it. He's been caught up red-handed, and he's just saying whatever he can. He really is. That's all that's going on here. Now, with that being said, I believe that's about it for this whole video. Now, I know there's been a whole lot on him. There's probably a lot more that I've missed or just glossed over, didn't cover all the way. So I'm probably going to end up making a couple more parts to this, part 2 at least. I don't know if I probably won't call it part 2 or nothing like that. And I do want to say also, this is my first bit of content that I'd say isn't over a lolcow at all. I think every other video I've ever made was about a lolcow. This guy, I mean, you could call him a lolcow in a way, but really I just say this is more internet controversy than lolcowism or anything like that. But, you know, if there's any updates on the whole pirate software situation, I'll make sure to bring them out. There's plenty more I can talk about, so yeah. Now, I feel like I'm yapping. I'm gonna stop yapping. I told y'all that the next video I dropped would not be on Nova. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you like it. If you want to see more content that's not just on lolcows, or more content in general, leave a comment, tell me that. Leave a comment telling me about World of Warcraft, because I don't know about it. What else can I say real quick? I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope y'all have a good day or night or whatever thing you're going on. I hope everything's going good. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace!